I'm Erik Griffen. I'm 17 years old. I'm from Ashland, Missouri, and I'm a full-time high school student. I'm also an Eagle Scout. I earned my Eagle Scout in 2012 on December 20th. I also run track for my hometown. Along with that, I'm a streamer junkie. I started fly fishing when I was probably 3 or 4 years old. I remember being at Bennett Spring with my dad, and we'd fish next to each other, side by side, and we'd have one rod, and we'd throw pale evening dun dry flies all night, and we'd play this game called 3 strikes, and if you screwed up 3 times on a fish, you had to give the rod to the other person. And I can also remember standing at the spring hole throwing a fly rod with a life jacket and a vest on that was, I could have drowned in it. I remember catching my first trout doing that on a fly rod. Along with that, I remember standing on the banks of many farm ponds throwing bluegill bugs. I learned about big streamers when, I was really small, and I was sitting on the bed next to Dad, and he was getting ready for some fishing trip. Of course, I was too small to go. And he opened up his box, and it was full of Whitlock Matuka sculpins. And I remember they were bigger than any nymph I had in my box. And I thought, man, this would be cool to throw these things. And I remember watching the Kelly Gallup videos, his streamer tactics, the volumes 1 and 2 or whatever they are. And I memorized those beginning to end. And from then on, it moved to Robert Thompson and Zero to Hero with Brad Bowen and Brian Porter and the whole Muskie tribe. I remember watching that and memorized that thing completely. Then there's this, they call him Brian Wise, whoever he is, I don't know who he is. And he had this video series from Fly Fishing the Ozarks, and produced these videos of all these famous tyers and all their flies. And I watched those from front to back and memorized them. Probably gave him, 20 million views on the internet, on YouTube. The one thing that haunts me about streamer fishing is it's the eat. It comes out of nowhere, and it's scary. And most of the time they don't even eat the fly, or you completely screw up the hook set and you look like an idiot. And the one time that it does work, it's the most exciting thing you'll ever see. Whether it's a muskie or a trout or a big bass, it's exciting. And when the fish comes up and misses the fly, or you screw up the hook set, you may be pissed off because you messed it up, but that's the whole reason you go back for that fish. It's the whole reason we keep streamer fishing. And it's the Zero to Hero mentality, is that one day you look like an idiot. Like the fish make you look completely stupid, and then the next day you go out and you catch a 25-inch brown or a 40-inch muskie, and that eat can be the craziest thing you'll ever see. It's like a 30-second thrill ride. 1 minute it's calm, and then boom, he's there. It's scary, and it's haunting. My favorite fly would have to be Tommy Lynch's Drunken Disorderly. Whether it's the Triple D or the Shad Rap version, I love that thing. Not only is the name completely ridiculous and badass, but the fly itself is pretty good. The way it chucks and jives and swims through the water, it's drunk and it's disorderly. Another good fly would probably have to be either the Feather Game Changer or the Double Deceiver. Not only are they fun to tie, but the way they swim through the water, it's the tight baitfish weave, and they look so sexy, and the fish apparently think so too. Number one tip for any streamer fisherman or anybody that's streamer fishing is always have confidence, because you never know when that fish is going to come out and eat your fly, and you don't want to be you know, thinking about girls or a greasy cheeseburger while your fly's in the kill zone. So that fish will come out of nowhere. Or you could be having one of those days where, you know, the fish are making you look stupid, so you're dazed and you're not even focused, and you think that, well, this day sucks, and you don't have any confidence. You have to have confidence, because on any given cast, whether it's a crappy cast or it's a 60-foot bomb, that fish is going to eat it. And you have to be focused that that fish can come out of anywhere. And you have to believe that it will. Because it will happen. You know, we're throwing these streamers all the time. You're thinking, man, we can't catch crap. You will, eventually. First fly I ever tied was some, I don't even remember what it was. It was a mess, I'll tell you that. It was some Mickey Finn, Thunder Creek, ugly looking streamer. It had a pearl Estes body, some 4X long hook, had bucktail on top, and about 300 wraps of thread, and the bucktail came out on the first couple casts. Yeah, I fished it. I didn't catch anything on it. It didn't work that well. My favorite material to tie with would probably have to be schloppens. They look so good in the water because they flutter and they kick, and the way they move, and you can add bulk without adding actual bulk. They add a big profile, and they stay light, and they move so fluid in the water. After schloppens, it probably have to be bucktail, because the way it undulates and it doesn't hold water, it's really tough, and it takes a lot of abuse to actually destroy it. The material I struggled the most with probably had to be stacking deer hair, like on a diver or something like that. You got like 3 different colors, and I suck at it. I'm not very good at it. I can tie a drunken disorderly head and shave it just right. I can tie a Buford head and make it perfect, have it all bushy and woolly, but I can't pack deer hair worth of crap. That's my one of my few weaknesses. My biggest tool when tying flies probably have to be my own head. Because being young and dumb, we come up with a lot of crazy things. And being a creative person, I can think of different colors and combinations and different ways to do different things when tying flies. And you can come up with something that's completely abstract and different from, you know, say Gallup or Schmidt. Or you can take a fly from Gallup or Schmidt or Strollus or whoever and manipulate it and change it and alter it to make it something that you want, make it your own. And I think that's the biggest tool that I have is my own mind. Where's fly fishing going in the future? I guess my generation is the future. So I have to have more people that are in their teens or the younger ages, have to keep them inspired so we can keep chucking that chicken instead of throwing, you know, stuff you can't even see. But I think the future, with all the technology, all the rods, the reels, lines, flies, all these innovators like Chocolate, Bowen, Gallup, all these other popular names in the fly fishing world, somebody else is going to have to step up and, you know, take their role, you know, pass it on. That way we can still throw streamers and still know what the heck we're doing when we're out there on the water casting for a mindless 8, 10, 12 hours a day for that one fish, that one that still haunts you. Of all the people in the fly fishing world, all the popular names, the famous ones, and then those underneath the radar, the ones that fly underneath, I think the one I look at the most probably have to be my own father, Dad, because we're fishing buddies and we do this sport together and we do it for a reason. And I copy his flies, sadly to say, and we bounce ideas off of each other, and we talk fish almost all the time. And I know we can go out on the water. I know that we can always have a good conversation about fishing or whatever, and I look at him the most, even though his name isn't quite as famous as some of his other big ones, but it's a pretty famous name in my household.